Unleashing Potential Jim Rohn on the Power of Action. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the vast expanse of an ocean, knowing that if you step off, you will plummet into an unknown abyss. You're hesitant, your heart pounding, your mind racing with possibilities. This is exactly how most people feel when it comes to taking action towards their dreams. But what if I told you that every step you take towards your goals, no matter how small, is a leap towards the life you want? Welcome to the world of Unleashing Potential Jim Rohn on the Power of Action. In today's episode, we'll dive deep into Jim Rohn's profound teachings on how taking action is not just a means to an end, but the very essence of unlocking your potential. You might be wondering, why do so many people fail to achieve their dreams despite having clear visions? Often, it's because they spend more time fantasizing than actually doing. They talk about their aspirations, but rarely put them into practice. It's like building a house without bricks. While the blueprint is perfect, the structure remains incomplete. That's where the power of action comes into play. As Jim Rohn once said, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people act. Let us explore how this simple yet powerful truth can transform your journey. One of the most compelling stories from Jim Rohn's life is his own. He grew up in a humble family during the Great Depression, facing numerous challenges and setbacks. Yet, he didn't let these obstacles stop him. Instead, he turned each failure into a learning opportunity. Remember, he didn't just learn from his failures, he learned to embrace them. He saw them as stepping stones to success, not roadblocks. One day, Jim Rohn was offered a job by a local businessman who was struggling financially. Despite the low salary, Jim accepted the offer. His boss believed in his potential and saw value in his hard work. Over time, Jim rose through the ranks and eventually became one of the most respected business mentors in the world. This story illustrates a critical point. Opportunities often come disguised as challenges. When faced with a difficult situation, don't shy away. Instead, look at it as a chance to prove yourself. Take that job, face that challenge, and see how it shapes your character and skills. Just like Jim did, you'll find that even the toughest obstacles can be turned into stepping stones, leading to your desired destination. Now, let's consider a real-life example. Picture a young woman named Sarah who has always dreamed of becoming a professional dancer. However, she faces a significant hurdle. Her parents strongly oppose the idea. They believe dance is impractical and too expensive. Sarah feels trapped, unable to move forward. She talks about her dream endlessly but never takes the necessary steps to pursue it. Here, where the power of action kicks in. Sarah decides to take control of her situation. She starts by researching dance schools, exploring scholarships, and networking within the community. Slowly but surely, she gathers enough courage and resources to audition for a prestigious school. Her parents, initially skeptical, watch as Sarah transforms from a dreamer to a determined individual. They realize that their daughter has taken action, and they're proud to support her journey. This transformation is not just a personal victory for Sarah, it's a testament to the transformative power of action. By taking the initiative, she not only fulfilled her dream, but also strengthened her resolve and confidence. It's a powerful reminder that the path to success isn't always straightforward. Sometimes, it requires stepping outside our comfort zones, making difficult choices, and pushing past our fears. In another instance, consider a group of friends who all share a passion for environmental conservation. They discuss their ideas and strategies for years, but nothing seems to happen. They talk about planting trees, educating others, and advocating for policies. Yet despite their enthusiasm, they remain passive. What they need is action. They decide to organize a community cleanup event. They rally their friends, gather supplies, and invite local authorities. To their surprise, the event attracts more people than expected, and the authorities commend their efforts. This experience not only boosts their confidence but also ignites a fire within them. They realize that their actions have made a tangible impact and motivate them to continue their mission. This example highlights how collective action can lead to significant change. By taking decisive steps, these friends created a ripple effect that inspired others and brought about meaningful progress. It's a beautiful illustration of how individual actions can multiply into collective movements, transforming communities and making the world a better place. So let's revisit the cliff metaphor. Imagine now that you've decided to take that leap, to step off the cliff and into the unknown. Fear may still linger, but remember, it's not the absence of fear that keeps you grounded. It's the fear of not taking action. Every time you hesitate, you give the fear a foothold. But every time you take that first step, you chip away at its strength. As Jim Rohn reminds us, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Consider a scenario where you've been thinking about starting a side business, but haven't taken the plunge yet. Perhaps you're worried about financial risk or the lack of resources. However, instead of letting fear hold you back, think about all the people who have started businesses and succeeded. They were once in your shoes, filled with the same doubts and uncertainties. Their journey shows that success is not guaranteed, but taking action makes it possible. So, instead of dwelling on the potential pitfalls, focus on the possibilities. Begin by creating a detailed business plan, researching your market, and setting small, achievable goals. With each step, you'll build momentum, gaining confidence and skills along the way. This mindset shift is crucial. It's easy to get caught up in the grandeur of your vision and overlook the practical steps needed to make it a reality. But it's precisely these small, consistent actions that pave the way for bigger achievements. As Jim Rohn puts it, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. Your potential is not limited by your current circumstances. It's defined by the actions you take. Embrace the struggle, view it as part of the process, and keep moving forward. Remember, the path to success is rarely linear. There will be ups and downs, moments of doubt and setbacks. These are normal parts of the journey. What matters is how you respond to them. Are you willing to persevere, to keep pushing despite the obstacles? Or will you allow fear and uncertainty to derail your progress? A poignant quote from Jim Rohn speaks volumes. Opportunities do not knock. You go out and knock on the doors of opportunity. This means that success doesn't just fall into your lap. You must actively seek it out. Whether it's finding a new job, pursuing a higher education, or launching a new venture, take the initiative. Don't wait for opportunities to present themselves. Create them by taking action. To drive home this point, let's look at a real-life example. Consider a man named John who had always dreamed of owning his own restaurant. For years, he talked about it but never took the necessary steps. He visited various restaurants, tasted their food, and admired their ambience. However, he never acted upon his desire. Then one day, he had a breakthrough. He decided to enroll in a culinary school, hoping to gain the knowledge and skills needed to run his own establishment. He worked diligently, mastering recipes and honing his cooking techniques. Eventually, he opened his own restaurant, drawing inspiration from his experiences and the lessons he learned along the way. John's story is a perfect illustration of how taking action can transform your life. By enrolling in culinary school, he transformed his dream into a tangible reality. He faced challenges, such as budget constraints and competition, but he persevered. Today, his restaurant is thriving, serving delicious meals and providing a platform for his creativity. John's journey proves that with action, anything is possible. But here's the thing. Taking action doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Collaboration and teamwork can amplify your efforts. Consider a team of engineers working on developing a groundbreaking technology. Alone, each member might struggle to make significant progress, but by pooling their skills, knowledge, and resources, they can create something truly innovative. This is the power of collective action. It leverages diverse strengths, accelerates progress, and maximizes outcomes. In today's interconnected world, there are countless opportunities for collaboration. Whether it's joining a mentorship program, participating in a hackathon, or volunteering for a cause you care about, finding ways to connect with others can open doors to new opportunities and enrich your journey. So, dear viewers, as we wrap up this episode, let's reflect on the power of action. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the journey begins with each step you take, no matter how small. Embrace the challenges, trust in your abilities, and keep pushing forward. The potential within you is limitless, waiting to be unleashed through your actions. Let's commit to taking those first steps today, and together, we can unlock our full potential. In closing, let's consider a final thought from Jim Rohn. If you want to achieve great things, you must be willing to do great things. If you want to become a millionaire, you must be willing to spend $1 million. This wisdom underscores the importance of commitment and persistence. Achieving greatness doesn't happen overnight. It requires dedication and a willingness to invest time, effort, and resources. So, let's make a pact with ourselves to take the first step today. No matter what your goal may be, whether it's climbing a mountain, starting a business, or improving your health, take that initial action. With each step,